and they tested our C60 Evo organic oil formula, and they found these unbelievable results. They were looking to see if there was toxicity. There wasn't. Instead, there was major longevity.
Hey, Inspired Tribe, my fellow freedom lovers. It's John Nolan here. Thank you so much for tuning in to another inspired conversation. We're bringing back a favorite guest of yours, a favorite guest of ours. And I just told her off camera, there aren't a great many people I would have gotten sort of out of bed for today. I'm not feeling my very best. But for her and for you all, we're bringing the A game here. So, Miss Positive Patty Greer, thank you so much for joining us again today.
Woo woo!
Positive
Positive
Patty.
Patty. I think, oh, yeah, this used to bring like confetti, but for some reason I updated my my gear, and now all my
Yeah,
magic has
I
been
remember you used to do
minimized
some
or
hand signs
somewhere.
and your screen would go all confetti on us. You know, Miss Patty, before we
Yeah.
go any further, I think we should kick this off right away with a good shot of
Ooh,
extra amazing
what a great
olive
way to
oil with
start.
some Evo in it, with some ESS 60. Let's
I'm good. I think I'm going for the olive
Same here.
today,
Oh
which is the
yeah, I'm too.
strongest of
Let's
our 3
celebrate.
flavors. Now you're doing it in a little
This is
shot glass?
actually a good old school European egg holder to yeah, but I'm using it as a Evo shot glass today. Cheers.
I love it. Cheers, and anybody in the audience that's got some Evo, please join us. And let's have a toast to the new year and to
To the
radiant
new
health.
year
What do
and
you
to
say?
radiant health. Here, here.
All right. And truthfully, the reason we do a shot in the beginning of the show is because it boosts the brain power by clearing the mitochondria. And what I learned from my scientist is there's more mitochondria per cell in our brains than anywhere else in the body. So Evo is going to bounce the brain into a higher energy right away. And that's what I notice when I take it. I'm kind of scary these days because I
By
take
the
it.
way, we're gonna do this here. I brought my second hat, and there's a lot of names in here, and we're gonna raffle off 3 bottles, 3 4-ounce bottles of C60 Evo in a little bit here for people who commented in our last conversation. So stick around to see if you actually won, and then they're gonna send it to you. But Miss Positive Patty, you said to me, "I am really on fire today. I feel very inspired to talk about spirit animals." I love that subject. For many years, and so let me ask you, if it's not too private to ask, what is your spirit animal?
It's shifted, and that's why I'm so moved to talk about it today. Um, I have always attracted a fox. Every house I've lived at, I've attracted a fox, and I get it to the point where I can hand feed them. And they, of course, then if you feed them, they will come. But the fact that I start by frisbeeing the cheese, like a round mozzarella, low fat, I do a frisbee up the hill, then I frisbeed it closer and then closer, and they love food. So I kind of drew him to me, and some of your people are going to go, "You're not supposed to do that. Humane Society." Yeah, they knocked at my door. Hey, but I was feeding deer apples out of my teeth every morning. So I've always had a lot of wildlife around me as a priority. I don't do as well with people as wildlife because I'm just demand honesty and integrity. And our world has been really tested. But what I'm excited about is 31 days, 4 hours and 16 minutes, but who's counting? We're going to have an official new president rather than a wait. Where is he? Where's the vice? Oh, they're nowhere. So we've had 6 months, and now even the TV news is saying, "Oh, wow, they haven't been here." Scratch. So those of us really focused on reality in the present day are really seeing things come our way. But at the top of this year, no, it was actually when I moved into this house few years ago. I was wounded badly by deep state actors, and I was taken out, but I survived. I survived because of the Evo. God bless you. And I was limping real bad when I bought this house. And sure enough, a few months in, there's a fox. I'm like, yes, I've got my fox. And he jumps up on this huge rock. And I thought, man, that baby can fly. It had three
Oh, wow.
legs. It then cantered off the rock and across my back field on three legs. And I went, God, what a message. I mean, so I'm a believer. I don't even have to think twice. And I also intentionally wore my big, huge Moldavite today on purpose because the combo of Moldavite, which is the highest vibrating stone on earth because it's not of earth, it's a tektite, and C60 Evo at the top of this conversation,
Do you,
game
do
on,
you
baby.
know that the
Game on.
fox is sort of kind of the spirit animal of the spooks of of the spies? Did you know that?
It's the
Well,
animal of secrecy
it's
and
interesting when
hiding.
you
Yeah.
a lot of spooks, a lot of spies actually have foxes as pets. And there's two main reasons. Number one is when they go and they, often are undercover and they're in a different identity for a very long time. When they come back, the fox sort of tells them whether they're back in their original self or whether they're still somewhere in a mixed identity. The fox reacts to that. So the fox knows authenticity. But also, if you ever meet a spy and you don't even know that you might not know they're a spy, they'll introduce you to their fox because the fox will tell them whether you are authentic or not. It's very interesting. Fox is an extremely insightful, intuitive animal. Also, because of that, a good trickster, right? I mean, the fox is often so the fox
Trickster.
has been your spirit animal for any others than the fox?
Well, that was then, is what I'm saying. When I moved in, they gave me the three legged fox. My spirit energies all around me. Um, but now, what I have, whenever I go in the yard and grab my binoculars, because I can see them, are huge bald eagles. Huge bald eagles. And today, when I was out in the spring soaking, which I do every day and every night, I see the birds and I'm always looking at the hills, the cliffs, the mountains. And we have bald eagles in my yard. They have a nest up there. But today was the first day I saw this white flitting going into the cliffs and it got back to its nest and it went, whoo, whoo.
Mm,
I've wanted an owl so long. Today was the first day of an owl. And because I'm looking at these animals, I'm finding it so interesting, but also no more fox. I haven't seen the three-legged fox, but a couple times years ago, no fox. So I'm thinking, eagles, and they're in couples and they sweep and they're so powerful and huge. And then I get my binocs, yep, white head, white tail. Wow, they're dramatic. That is a gorgeous beast in my yard daily, nightly. And it's just really empowering. But all of a sudden, this feral cat shows up a couple months ago, and all the neighbors are posting photos, whose cat is this? And nobody's claimed it. So finally, this lady said, I think it's mine. So I invited her over. She asked if she could bring a cage to catch it. And I said, nope, nope, no cage. This is a wild cat, in my opinion, but come see it. If it's yours, it'll come to you. Bring some food. And so the punchline was, it's not my cat, but I'll come catch it and take it to the Humane Society so we can get it fixed and shots. And I was like, you don't know me, obviously. That's the last thing I would ever do to this
let's
cat.
let's let's pull
Ever.
it in the
So
matrix,
the
shall
cat
we?
lives under my bed. No. So I went and I bought 2 bags of, organic cat food, 2 different flavors. I wouldn't want him to be bored. I think it's a he. Won't talk to me, runs when I come up to the door, but now I'm officially feeding him. And today my handyman comes at noon. We're building a little cat town on the deck with all these weird cat houses that I've gotten for this guy. And now I'm officially a feral cat adopter. And I knew it was official when I went, oh, wait. And I ran to my closet and I grabbed C60 Evo for cats, which says to me, I really am getting in love with my feral cat. And he's black. He looks like a little cougar. And I'm old and I'm open. So I'm going, a couple of cougars at Patty's. It's just a
Uh,
joke, of course. You guys
I love
out
your
there.
sense of humor. I do.
Maybe. Oh, if it ever stops, please come spank me. I just wake up. Yeah, no, I don't know how Chris handles it. I am nonstop Patty positive, especially since America. How do we say? Okay. We the people have spoken. This is my new hat of the week. I'm giving it to my men. My son-in-laws are my men. We the people have spoken. I found that leading up to the election when America won the country back, I wore costumes, which means clothing, that represented what I didn't want to say, but I definitely wanted to wear it. And I drive around the town. I don't have a Harley anymore, so I've got a golf cart. And I always wore
I
this.
remember that. I remember that.
So they
Absolutely love that shirt.
yeah.
Beautiful.
And then once we won, I was in the last few weeks. What's my statement today without saying anything? And it basically goes like this: free rides to Gitmo, la 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 la.
Inspired my inspired beautiful family. You know that we see things I see things a little differently than Miss Positive Patty, but I love the enthusiasm. I just told
I'm
her off camera, I'm the first one to hope that I'll be proven wrong and what I see might not be the full picture and I might be missing something. I'll be happy to say that. But what I do love and what's more important than any of that is I think the enthusiasm and the personal empowerment and the inspiration, that we bring into our own lives. And that's actually, that's what we fully agree on, like full throttle. That's what I think is more important than anything else.
well, your previous show that you put out today of Darius Wright. I love his last name, Wright, even though it's spelled like write a letter. Um, or maybe it's different even than write a letter, but his frequency is what I saw. Right when his first words began, it's like when I see you open your arms for every beginning of your show and you welcome everybody with so much love. I can easily be depressed and angry, but I choose not to be. And I've got enough control in my brain now. And I really think it's because of extended years of taking this product. And now that I know literally about the mitochondria in every cell, that this is the mega booster of cleaning the mitochondria. And with the brain and the pineal gland being more dense than anywhere else in the body with mitochondria, that's why this is making us more clear, more easily spoken, in a higher frequency. And I get darts thrown at me once in a while. I read testimonials and I also, oh God, I just love it. I'm watching my partners now be the ones that go to all these big events. And there was a drama this weekend because they are the only scientists in the world that have been making carbon fullerenes for 30 years. They know the field more than anyone. There was a lab in Russia that opened when they did in the 90s, but they went out. There's one in Canada supposedly that sells C60, but they don't sell a lot. And then there's all kinds of labs in Wuhan because they make such good stuff there. And a lot of the online C60 companies are buying from Wuhan, unfortunately. We know who's buying the stuff that's made for people and pets because we're that lab. So I'm always asking Chris and Robert, are they selling ESS 60? And the only reason I bring this up was because my partners experienced, what's the word? Fakers.
Mm,
When
impersonators.
impersonators. Okay, so we're the lab that got the results of 90% longer and died without tumors, these lab animals, which is the longest longevity results in history. And they tested our C60 Evo organic oil formula, and they found these unbelievable results. They were looking to see if there was toxicity. There wasn't. Instead, there was major longevity, but my partners were fighting with Kmart, and I'm sorry, but I'm over here, and it was like Kmart's yelling, "Your shit's fake," and Saks Fifth Avenue was just going, "Would you please stop?" You know, and it's almost like every industry has these nagging things now because everything's coming to the surface to be healed. And I'm not an arrogant person. I might seem like it because I just did my second big spoonful of Evo of the day. So I feel really solid, but I'm really solid on being able to recognize amazing conscious people like yourself, like your guest, Darius. I mean, just talking from the soul and speaking with authentic love rather than faking and yelling and insulting, which is what's going on in our Congress right now. It's because everything's being pushed to the surface to be healed, in my opinion. And it's going to be a grinder. You know, the people that are so scared right now of the big false flag alien invasion event because of all the drones. Well, if the drones are the warm up, and we know that I heard even Elon Musk has a brother who owns this big drone entertainment company, and they send up thousands and they
Anything
turn
they want.
into
It looks like
artworks.
whatever they want to appear in the sky.
So, needless to say, they can do anything they want. They can make it scary aliens. So, I'm just telling your audience, if we see scary aliens in the sky or giant spaceships that crash into buildings but nothing breaks, it's because it's a holograph or whatever. But, you know, they might pull things like that. But I feel like we've really gotten a grip on it. And I also think that, needless to say, your audience, but the rest of the world is really focused also on my hat last month, Make America Healthy Again. I told you I'm about props. I bring my little props. It used to be crop circles, you know, so I'd whatever. But what we want to do is we want to make it a point rather than wearing a shirt, my pronouns are told you so. Let's try just being nice because it's going to hurt when people realize what they missed. And now even the big channels,
Y-
they're all being sued by Musk and Trump. I mean, they're
you know, the thing is, and this is what there's a big danger here again, because when things come to the surface and truths rise and some things that have been suppressed but known by a lot of people come up, there's this vengeful energy around it. And justice is important, but revenge is not. So you know, revenge puts it just makes things worse. Justice puts things back into balance. And one of the things I think that we will come to accept on a larger scale is that all people, all religions, all ethnicities, however you label different people, we've been all been pitted against each other for so long that we think the person that looks a little different or the person that believes a little different is actually my enemy when they're not. And that has been the game, how we have been kept small and fighting against each other. And if I see anything really positive, which I do, by the way, it's really that more and more people are realizing that's been the game. And that's been played for so long. And now the people are looking at each other and going, well, you've experienced the same shit. You've been lied to. You've been deceived too. Let's see what unites us rather than what divides us. And I think that is the beautiful positive energy. I I really, once someone is willing to look at the truth as it presents itself, I have no beef with anyone. You know, that's really what we all, I think, come to accept. And speaking of what you said earlier, you know, this and the reason why we're working together is because you are the guys who created this originally, not
Yep.
the
Yep.
50th, you know, the 50th white label company that has no idea what's in it and just puts a pretty label on it. You live this every day. You are this. That's who you are. That's what you do. That's what you bring to the world. You have your people in the lab who make sure that it is the highest quality every single in every single bottle, the highest concentration possible. that's what we're looking for, the truth and authenticity in everything, right? Whether it's a supplement, whether it's a
Mhm.
food, whether it's news, whether it's science. So, that's the purity level that we are all looking for here together. That's why we partner. That's why we do things. But, as we come into the end of the year and the beginning of the new year, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for what you do, for how you do it, for the joy and the positivity you bring, and for a wonderful partnership. Just thank you, Miss Positive Patty.
I wasn't positive until the last couple months. I was very concerned because I'm one of the few people that watches way too many congressional hearings, and my endurance is stunning. But it's because I take Evo. And I do give this product a lot of credit, but then I also feel like the attempts on my life were real serious because I used to make UFO movies. And I didn't realize that I was actually up against a huge agency. I had no idea that, so was hacking my films and doing all these things to me that most people wouldn't have lived through. And here I am, not only taking this product, but being partners with the only lab in the world that I would want to work with because they're making ESS60. We also make industrial grade C60, but they won't sell that to the online American companies or English companies that say, yeah, we need the cheaper stuff, so we can underprice, online people. And it's like, yeah, well, if you're making ink and batteries and tires, okay, but we're not selling it to anybody anymore for people or pets because it's just not known to be safe. And maybe it is, but it hasn't been tested. And when we sell it for batteries and tires, that's not something I want to put in my body. And when we tested all the other online companies, when the flu thing happened for years, we bought 22 products and we were really optimistic. Okay, good. We got a strong industry now. And then they were like 10% of what the label says, 30% of what the label says. And that was the most
I
promoted
call that
company of
fraud.
any of them. And it's fraud. But for all of them to claim that they can extend your life 90%, it's like, oh, you're doing it from our lab because we're the ones that tested the product. So it's an interesting drama going on now that I'm not a part of, which I love because it's kind of like dealing with the Pelosi and Schumer. They're going to just yell louder, and they own the media because that's where they choose to spend their money and energy and time rather than bringing forth integrity. It doesn't matter. They're in my past, but I do have to see them online. And it is disappointing, but I lived through the death of ufology, in my opinion, when all the greats were taken out, when I was wounded, and then I was poisoned with uranium. These were intentional acts to try and take away the intelligent people so that they could put in the actors. And good God, look at our Congress today. I mean, they really are up against the wall. And I've offered repeatedly free Evo for the Congress. I will personally pay for it out of my own allowance because I would do
I,
anything
I
to bring
would I would
America
be
back.
willing to
But I'm going to
donate some
settle.
fence material to fence in the DC area and just keep them in there. I
Oh
think,
Lord,
and I think,
wait.
sorry, but I think there are places where this wonderful product might be wasted.
Well, it's sodium pentothal on their way out. I figured just give them a week of clarity so they can really learn what they've done wrong. But the only one I've really sent it to is Bobby. And Bobby has received 3 packages of C60 Evo, all 3 flavors, which is called the sampler set. And I love giving this to people for their first order because you can do 2 ounce, 4 ounce, 8 ounce. But this way you can try all of our flavors. There's the avocado, the MCT coconut, which I start my day in my coffee, the MCT, and then the olive oil, which I take on a spoon, or the Avo on a spoon because these two are stronger than the MCT coconut. And when I say stronger, we're the lab that experimented in these huge stainless steel urns that turn and turn. Patty Positive would call them cauldrons in Boulder, but I have to say urns or columns, I think they call them in the lab, but no air, no light, consistent temperature, 3 weeks. and they tested the same amount of oil, and in MCT oil, the C60 fell to the bottom. So the saturation level of the MCT is half as
You
much
know, on a
as the
regular
olive.
day, I, I
And the
I really enjoy the MCT a lot. Like just in the mornings. On a day like today, it's definitely the olive oil. I need the full. I need the maximum dose that I can get on a day like today. So that I really enjoyed my both my shots today.
Well, awesome. You might need a big bottle. This is our 32 ounce. And I did say that we might have to get the 128 ounce, full body size.
I can
Who knows what's coming. But I think great things are coming. I'm
I
so
know in the
excited. I
next year you're
am.
gonna come up with some gigantic bottle like that, and you're gonna convince your partners to whatever. I can see that in the future. We're gonna see a huge one in the back. Listen, why don't we? What do you say? Why don't we bless a few people in this holiday season? Are you ready?
Let's bring on
So
some
during our
winners.
last conversation, we asked you to leave a comment, and many of you did. Thank you for the wonderful comments. And so we're picking three commenters, I guess. Uh,
Commenters.
so I have here R.M. Gabrielson. R.M. Gabrielson. I think I know who that is, by the way. I
I
think that
know. I
is
feel like
Raymond.
that's
I
familiar to
think,
me
it's
too.
a long time viewer. So I think this is you, Raymond, my friend. Well, we're gonna put this in the comment in the video description too. But you won a bottle of the oil Evo. Oops. So the first one, Raymond, I think so. So now we have this. I'm gonna close my eyes here. No
And it's
biases.
$100 bottle, I want to point out.
That is incredibly generous. Then we have Matthew OT1ZF. Here you
Okay.
go, Matthew.
Last month was 3 ladies. Today is the guy day.
Yeah, it seems like it. Congratulations, Matthew. You also won $100 a 4 ounce C60 Eva olive oil bottle, which I just can't wait for people to open their packages and get started on this if they haven't yet, right?
Yeah.
And so number three, this is Aryawasa. Are you really? Yeah, I don't know. Well, here you go. You read it to me.
All
I
right.
Arhaya Saluria 6654. Well, sorry I butchered this, but this probably is a girl. I kind of feel feminine energy. And so we have our three winners. Congratulations. Thank you, Miss Positive Patty. This is gonna
Oh,
stick
yeah.
now. Thank you
So
so much.
those of
Uh
you that just won, you need to drop me an email with your shipping address. And here's my address. Hello at c60evo.com.
it's not a
Hello.
joke. It's
Yeah,
hello.
that's my address. Hello at c60evo.com. Say I'm a winner of this show, and you have to know that secret code that only he has there. And as long as you relate to what he tells me, then we're good to go, and we'll send you a bottle within days. So I do want to say the cool thing about us shipping is that our team sends everything in really pretty colored tissue wrap. Every product has a different color. So no matter how many products you order, it comes like a gift for you or your friends. And if you decide to order today or tomorrow, we might be able to get it there by Christmas, but maybe it'll be a New Year's gift. But it's never too late to get it for yourself because, needless to say, um, somebody left a comment last month, which I absolutely loved, and I hope it's one of our winners today, where they said, with what Patty's been through, she should get the Nobel Prize. And that was really nice, right? That was so kind. But in the present lineup of me and Obama and Bill Gates, and who else did they give it to lately? Oh, God. I mean, the cabinet that's in now compared to the cabinet that we are upgrading to me, is the same thing as going from industrial grade to ESS 60. It's like we are so leaving the old ways behind of fear and propaganda and all this dark energy. And, it's so easy when you can pour something on a spoon in the morning. And I used to take 8 or 10 supplements every day, and they're still in my closet. And I probably have my little white box Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday with all the little pills laid out in it. But I don't do it anymore because I've got Evo in the house. And I start every day with this coconut oil. And I know it's less satiated with the SS60 than the olive. So I just take twice as much. I pour in a tablespoon in my coffee, and I don't think ever about being tired all day long. I just go all day. It's so wonderful. My system feels clear. But what people don't realize when I see them, and they haven't seen me in a while, is that I had 2 hip replacements. And now for me, it's like, oh yeah, they said, so what's new? And I talk about all these things, and then what else? And I go, oh yeah, I had my hips replaced this year. It's like literally oh yeah, I almost forgot. That's heavy for a lot of people.
Not
I'm
for you.
still, oh no, I mean, I kind of scare myself because I feel unstoppable. Lucky for my partners. But today, when I thanked my partners and said happy holidays, I realized that I'm 71. And my whole life I've worked, at 7 years old, I had a lemonade stand in Beverly Hills. And the people that stopped, Steve McQueen was my favorite on his Triumph. And that $5 bill was taped on my bedstead for like years.
That
And
is a generous tip right there.
oh, yeah, well, I made good lemonade. But what's that song? Yeah. Anyway, I really encourage people to upgrade your system, upgrade your health to things where when you read the label of what you're putting in your body or giving to your pets or nature's pets, like my feral cat, just be sure you can read the ingredients yourself. Like this is really easy. It's organic, extra virgin, cold pressed olive oil, salmon essence, natural, and pure ESS60. And people wonder what's ESS60? It's the carbon 60 fullerene at the highest level of cleanliness that's available on Earth. And the people that are making claims about other things being clear of solvents and all these things, our lab just goes, oh, bah humbug, but they keep trying. And now they're flinging darts. And it's just like, whatever. It's Nancy and Chuck, it's Schumer and Pelosi just yelling, no, January 6th. But we've already had an exposure of all the agents. But that's what we're looking at right now. If more people were taking ES60 olive oil, it'd be an easy conversation about what's about to come. Um, Another thing I want to mention is I go in my bath. So my kitchen now is these 3 oils and one for the kitty. But I go in my bathroom now, which used to be all these products, and you try things and you can't read the labels and there's so many ingredients. Now it's these. That's it. My bathroom counter is C60 Evo Advanced Facial
That's
Serum,
impressive.
which you use.
I do.
And it does have 21 natural, vegan, organic ingredients. So there's a lot to read, but they're all like, oh, natural oil, oh, fruit, skin squeezed, for whatever. And the results are what I see compared to all these other things with chemicals. And then we have this wonderful brand new product, the C60 Evo Rich Body Cream. So all these other products that are in my drawer, in my purse, in my car, I'm looking at them now. I'm reading, going, wow, I really did that. But it's so nice now, just this. So I'm encouraging everybody, if you want to think clearly so you can move into this next chapter of human history, which is going to be so good. I just wish that all my friends also and family and you could only see the good that's coming, but that's not realistic because there's so much crap that's coming to the surface. And I mean, Diddy and Epstein and Gates, and they're all interspersed. But no matter how much the mayor of Denver says, we're going to build a bunch of people and create a wall so we can protect the Venezuelan gangs. That's nice. That's really what your people are paying, being overtaxed for. But now in Boulder, Colorado, really rich people, they're breaking into homes left and right, and they're Venezuelan gang people breaking glass doors. Like they're waiting for people to go to dinner, and it's like established. And I'm sorry, but our downtown city council building was just dedicated by the city of Boulder as a landmark for LGBTQ plus IAXYZ. And I don't mean to be facetious of any of the people that love that. I'm just saying, Boulder, Colorado, we just gave our building a new landmark cause for equity and division. And so I'm living in this very old school
Damn.
town. And if it wasn't for the Evo, I'd be out there with a baseball bat yelling and screaming and hitting the sidewalk because I wouldn't break doors, but I'd be yelling, "People, wake up." And I don't. I'm just kind of sitting back now, watching the world go by.
You
But I
know,
also take Evo, and I'm just feeling so blessed. And that's why we're giving away 3 bottles. We really want more people to have an easier state of mind. And it's so easy.
in most parts of Tennessee, we don't have a lot of break-ins because most people who think about breaking in know what's going to happen. You
Get right
you
with the Lord before you break that door.
because Tennessee is one of those states where if you defend yourself, and do what you need to do to neutralize an intruder, sheriff's going to come. Sheriff's going to say, "Okay, you have a good night. We're going to take care of this," and that's it. And nobody wants to do that, but if it's necessary, that's what we're going to do. So, I think if people would do more natural things again, like when somebody attacks you or your home, you defend yourself, those things would really take care of themselves quickly. But for that, we need to think clearly again. So Miss Patty, thank you
Big
first for
bottle,
yeah, that's what I
big
was gonna
bottle.
say.
Everybody needs the
A big
32
bottle.
ounce.
Let people know where they can go, and for those who didn't win, and how they can save, because you're making it kind of you some very generous discounts that you're giving to our audience. How can they save?
We want everybody to get on it. And I don't want to forget to mention people that don't like the taste of oil. We have capsules, and we only do it in the strong stuff, the olive oil, but you can take capsules also. Carry on an airplane. They won't take it out, but they'll take the oil out. So these are great. And everybody that I know that's on tour prefers the caps. So we have a huge product line, even lip balms infused with the ESS 60. So go to the landing page, which is on the link below. It's C60 EVO, like evolution, c60evo.com/inspired channel. And no matter what discounts you get, use his code at checkout for an additional 10% off. And the discounts we offer immediate are sign up for a monthly subscription. You can cancel tomorrow. We don't care. But you'll get 20% off. And you'll get 20% off every order every month. If you decide you want a bigger bottle every other month or whatever, we work with you. We've got the nicest people at customer service, a lot nicer than I am. And our customer service reviews, like 600 now, are all that they say we have the nicest people that take the time to talk to you. So it's really cool. I carry on all the social stuff, all the shows, and then the lab and the shipping is done by my partners, which I just love because I get to do what's fun. Because I'm a testimonial walking. I mean, for me now to be saying, "Oh yeah, I had 2 hip replacements. Oh yeah, I don't hurt, haven't had any pain." Like the doctors just scratch their head when they look at me, and I say, "Please let me give you a bottle." No, we can't because of insurance. Suit yourself. If all the vets would do C60 Evo for dogs and C60 Evo for cats after charging you for that initial, take the credit. Pretend that you helped the dog and cat heal because the Evo makes it so easy. So 20% for subscriptions, 15% if you sign up, if you purchase any of our gift sets, which is 2 or more items. our number one selling item is the facial serum and the olive oil combo. It's called Inside and Out, but this way you're going to get maximum results on your skin. And I mean, even hair grows with this. Um, so yeah, we do 25% if you buy a case, and no matter what, 25% is a huge discount. Use this code and you get another 10%. And I'm all up for giving discounts because I want people to try it. And if you get a dozen, they're all little gift wrap things. You can give them to your friends. We even have 2-ounce bottles by the dozen, but we don't sell them individually because it's only like a week or 10 days. And we want you to go a good month. The few people that I know that have said, yeah, I've taken it, I'm going to stop for a while. About 2 weeks later, they came back on it and doubled up the dose. They were like, oh man. And we
Mhm.
don't want to say that, you'll be addicted to it because you won't. But it's kind of like, do you want more energy, more mental clarity? Or do you want to kind of lollygag like you used to with all your supplements?
I think it's also a matter of, and we've talked about the sort of the science behind it. Chris does that usually. We're bombarded every day by a million things from EMFs to toxins and whatever. So whether we like to admit it or not, we need help, and our cells need help to heal themselves and to work optimally. So that's really, I think it's really optimization. I mean, it's helping the body do what it needs to do better, because of all the attacks that we're under. So it's that's why we take it every day. And even in a week where, like, this week was, uh, been sick, but still severely better and quicker recovery because of it. So, thank you for that. Thank you for offering all the discounts to our beautiful audience. Again, that is c60evo.com/inspired channel. And then you use our coupon code. It's all down in the description. Just click it, and it's all self-explanatory. Use that at checkout and you'll save even more. Miss Positive Patty Greer, Merry Christmas.
Merry
I
Christmas. Happy Evolution New Year.
I love that. Happy Evolution New Year. Thank you for doing what you do, and for being who you are, an inspiration to so many. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm loving your shows. And you are the only one we are committed to 2 shows a month with because your audience is all that and a bag of chips. I want to thank the person that suggested that I get the Nobel Prize for what I've been through. That was one of my favorite testimonials ever. And I hope you're one of the winners because that was cool. It's nice to be appreciated when all we do is work and put out. And, all these shows, I go, wow, 20,000 views, and this shows 6,000. You think of all these people that we don't know, but then we can positively affect. And if I was doing the fear mongering, I would affect them that way. And what I loved about Darius Wright was he was talking about the plasma field. And he was saying that what you put out, you will create back. And with
100%.
I know I was just listening like eating food, but he was ice cream and you were the chocolate syrup. So I'm just like loving it's feeding the mind and the soul and the pineal gland where it's been just beat up and shredded and the shit in the water and the food, everything. But again, this is preventative. It's not just for, I want to feel better now. It's we sell to 6 big C clinics, which I can't make any claims that it's helping, even though the rats died without any tumors. It must be a coincidence that they order by the dozen for daily protocol. So daily
Yeah,
protocol,
definitely a big a coincidence with a big C.
big coincidence. And also, we can't say hang and then over, but I can say and then in the middle. But if you're going to be celebrating the holidays heavily, I never say take it at night, but take it at night and you'll wake up going, wait, where's that feeling bad from the all that alcohol? We can't say the hang that thing over thing, but they call it the helper. So it's really good for so many things preventative. If you know you're doing a quarter-mile run with some people you can barely keep up with, do some Evo. Even if I consider it cheating when I do Evo before a hard walk with people, now they're like, yeah, we'll show her, we'll walk real fast. I'm like, yeah, mm-hmm. So get yourself on Evo, get your pets on Evo so that you can all live longer and happier and healthier, and that we're going to watch. We're going to be able to see the feral cat as a message that that we want you to, feel that interaction with nature, even though it's a cat. Nobody can talk to this. But I think that we want to be looking for signs. We want to be raising our frequency with every breath. And I am so excited for the coming year. And I just wish all of you major love and light and evolution.
We second that, Miss Patty. Thank you so much once again, and Inspire Tribe. We love you. We appreciate you. We'll be back with you again very, very soon. Check out the link in the description. Give yourself a holiday gift. We'll talk to you very, very soon.